Welcome to the Big E Outdoor Radio Show with your hosts, Big E and Brandon of Big E TV. Found nationally on your favorite outdoor television channels. Big E Outdoor Radio challenges all the hot topics in the outdoors, from racing to hunting and even grilling in the backyard. Our mission is to educate on the facts of the impact of the outdoors on all our lives and encourage good stewardship and good fellowship among our ranks. Follow Big E Outdoors on Facebook at Big E Outdoors and Big E Outdoor Radio. Send us feedback and get in on conversations with us. Fasten your seatbelts, because this ain't your daddy's morning show. We'll be right back with Big E and Brandon in the morning on Big E Outdoor Radio. Big E Outdoors, located at Cedar Creek, is reopening its doors soon after its new remodeling. Home to the area's first and only big game hunting museum, with educational exhibits displaying animals from around the world and facts around the hunters' contributions to their survival. Pick up some unique souvenirs and gifts from the museum and from the Big E TV shows. Meet the pro staff from Big E TV and Big E Outdoor Radio. A great place to stop in with the whole family. And while you're there, book your next hunting trip with the Big E Outdoors Professional Hunters. With over 21 personal hunting destinations worldwide, you'll be sure to find a quality getaway with the Big E Outdoors destinations. Big E Outdoors is also home to Adrenaline Hydrographic. Check us out online at BigEOutfitters.com and register to win a free hunt. Big E Outdoors at Cedar Creek. Well, good morning. Welcome to Big E Outdoor Radio. And this morning we got a guest host in here with us because Brandon's actually sleeping, taking the morning off. So got my buddy Scott Wilhorn in here. Good morning, Scott.
Morning. How we doing?
Hey, good to have you. And we're at the Big E Outdoor Museum and in our own recording studio down here at the Cedar Creek Mall. And folks, if you haven't been down here to check this place out, you got to come down and take a look. The Cedar Creek Mall has a whole new look. It looks a whole lot better than it did before. What do you think?
By far.
Yeah.
Definitely an upgrade.
We got rid of the festive green.
Yeah, that's good.
The festive green roof is gone. We still got a little red around the windows and stuff, but for the most part, I think this place looks a lot better. We got the stone and the brown and things like that. This weekend, actually, while this show is going on, there's going to be some kind of Christmas festival down here. So they're having some Christmas arts and crafts show going on. Well, there's going to be a lot of activities coming up. So if you haven't been to the Cedar Creek Mall lately, you need to get down here and check it out. And but we're going to get right into outdoor stuff to talk about.
That's what we're here for.
Yeah, we are. Now, Scott, you haven't been in the studio with us to learn the 7 deadly words, so we just got to be careful. Just use your imagination.
Yeah, exactly. I've been around you long enough to know.
Well, I use them a lot, but just not on the air. Can't use them on the air. So we are. Well, we're going to start out by talking about the gun deer season. Did you go gun hunting this year?
No, I couldn't because of my back.
Oh, that's right. You're crippled and injured.
Yeah.
Like me.
Injured.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You're on injured reserve.
That's right.
Like many of our Green Bay Packers.
Let's not go there. We had this discussion earlier.
It's not a pretty sight. Let's hope that they win today, which the day that this show airs, actually. Maybe they'll do all right. No, they have a Thursday night game.
They have it today while we're
today while we're recording.
Yes.
So maybe we actually don't know the outcome of the game while we're recording this. So
no.
We better not say anything then.
That's right.
We could jinx this whole deal.
Yeah, end of that.
Then let's end it. Okay. So anyway, I did not deer hunt this year. I left it. I haven't gotten a gun tag in quite a few years. Of course, one of my personal reasons for it, first of all, the gun season just isn't what it used to be, but also we guide so many people. We're hunting these big bucks all the time and taking people hunting, and it's just, I'm kind of losing its luster,
Yeah, I'd go and shoot a spike or a fork or a small 8 or whatever. There just isn't a thrill in that. You go out and hunt all these huge 180
incher.
plus, 200 plus inch whitetails all the time for clients.
Yeah, that's right. And then, Brandon, he actually got tagged. He took his new wife Megan, hunting, and I don't think they got anything. She started out hunting because of Brandon's work schedule. She started out hunting with her dad over in Wapaka, and then Brandon actually he came over and he hunted with her over here. He had a couple of days off, and I know that one of his buddies got a decent buck down in the Marquette County area, but nothing up here. And now they're saying that the deer count is up. What do you think about that?
There's no way the deer count is up. Where I am and the way we used to the deer kill from years in the past, it's just not the same anymore. So many other friends and people I know that hunt weren't even seeing animals, let alone being able to shoot a buck.
Well, not only are they saying that the count was up from last year, but this is the newest thing that I found. That they're looking at, they think now that they have to shoot more antlerless deer for next year.
Oh yeah, that's funny because I was just having a discussion about this on Facebook with a friend of mine earlier today on my way up to here to go to an appointment, and that's actually the opposite of what we need to do, because every doe you kill this year eliminates how many does next year, and the year after that, and the year after that, and the year after that. And it's just not the does that you're killing, it's the bucks that are falling from that also.
Well,
you need to stop shooting all these does. That's what fills it up.
They're saying that, first of all, that we found more success during the 9-day gun season. And the funny thing is that if you're following the numbers after opening weekend and all the way through, the numbers weren't there.
No, the numbers weren't.
And all of a sudden,
close.
They magically appeared.
Yeah, when people quit hunting because they weren't seeing anything and the weather wasn't that good. And
I didn't see hunters anywhere.
No.
And all of a sudden, at the end of the season, the DNR's numbers magically, we had a good season.
Yeah, exactly. I could go out on my deck at home any year, normally, and hear some shots at least. Not one did I hear
it's like that up
opening
here too.
day. Now, you tell me that more deer were killed.
This guy might actually be related to you, this DNR warden, Jeff Pritzel. Anyway, they're saying that they have counties, which would be agricultural counties, where the deer densities are high, they're up. Now, I know that some of these farmers are also hunters, and they're kind of using a double-edged sword because they're crying deer damage, and they want all these extra tags for them to hunt because they think it's fun, but they're the ones that are causing this.
Well, they have a lot to do with it too. I don't disagree with that, but the fact is that has many layers to it as far as why the deer herds are down. I mean, you could go to counties and they give you extra tags. Here, have tags, kill more does.
Yeah.
That doesn't do us any good. Then we have the wolf predation problem, which is another big problem. I mean,
well, we're going to get into that later. We won't even get into the wolves right now. Don't worry. Right now, we're just talking about the fact that they actually think that there was more deer killed, and the fact that they think that we need to shoot more does. When I've talked to guys that didn't even see any does.
Yep, same here.
I mean, there's
saw
years.
one or two deer, the opening day, and never saw a thing, and that's hunting every day, all day long. I just talked to a girl that I know that I've been friends with for years. Her and her husband hunt immensely.
You know a lot of girls.
Yeah, whatever. And she said she's debating on hunting next year because she saw 2 deer opening day, and that was it. That's all you saw. But the herd's up. Come on, when I was younger, we used to go out and see 30, 40, 50 deer opening day minimum and see hundreds throughout the week. Yeah. And now you can't see that in years combined.
Well, I know, and like I said, we're going to get into actually talking in the next segment a little bit about their registration methods, but I cannot believe that they're actually even trying to pass off that the herd or that the kill was up, because anybody with any common sense knows that that's a bunch of hooey. that they at the end of the season, all of a sudden, boom, there's just this magic number. First of all, you had to register like what by 5 o'clock the next day. You couldn't wait until the end of the season this year to register your deer.
I'm not sure what the ruling is on that anymore. But
This year, if you shot a deer, you had until like the end of business the following day that you shot it to register it.
okay.
So like if you shot it opening day, you had to register it by the second day, and so on. So it isn't like the end of the season that all of a sudden you could have an influx of deer coming in that they were waiting for. And I know darn well that last weekend of deer season, they didn't have that many deer shot to make these numbers go up that high.
It's not possible because deer become nocturnal anyways when they start getting pressure. The few that there are.
Yeah. And like you said, I mean, as I was driving around this year, I was really surprised. Usually you go by the public hunting grounds, you drive by these farm fields, and you see trucks parked everywhere, and guys out making drives, and people out. I didn't see orange anywhere. I mean, I'll bet you I saw total, and we were driving around actually looking at some properties and some houses and things like that, and I took rides in the country, and I saw 5 guys in one group that were actually making a drive. I saw one guy sitting in a tree stand. The entire last weekend of hunting season, I bet I saw under a dozen guys out in the woods that I could find wearing blaze orange. That's all I could see.
Yep.
And I drove all over the county.
Right.
So, like I said, I think we have a problem here with our DNR. They're counting.
It's all propaganda stuff. What they want to feed us, and it's no different than everything else that everybody tries to feed us. What they want, their agendas. That's what they're after.
Yep.
And it's publicized. The big push has been for years and years and years on the insurance companies wanting more and more animals killed so that they don't have the accidents on the highways and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And this is published in public knowledge. This is not something I'm making up.
Yeah.
This is factual.
Well, we're going to be taking a break here in just a few seconds, but when we come back, there actually is an article in one of these outdoor hunting magazines, and they were talking about our new fandangled way of registration and how that is going to hurt our way of being able to count as well. So when we come back, we're going to talk a little bit more about that. But I just found this really interesting when I seen this last night, that all of a sudden the number was up from last year, and that now we're gonna shoot more does on top of it all when there's nothing else out there. So we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back with some more Biggie Outdoor Radio. Hey, welcome back to some more Biggie Outdoor Radio. Hey, Scott, we got a pleasant surprise. We got some color in here.
Yeah, a lot of orange.
A lot of orange. Brandon actually woke up and joined us in the studio, so we got a full house in here this morning. We got Scott in here co-hosting with me. I got my boy Brandon back in here, and he brought his buddy Zach. So we got a lot of people. We're going to have a regular roundtable discussion on this stuff. Yeah. Brandon, we were just talking about...
We're going to have a four-way.
A four-way.
Yeah.
We're having a four-way in here. That's a really nice orange chicken hat you're wearing.
Thank you.
That's really cool. I know that should get some attention from the people walking by in the mall out here.
Yeah, goes good with that ginger beard.
Yeah, that.
Thank you. Thank you very
You
much.
even got the blaze orange beard. Both of you do. You got matching beards.
We could have been
like,
brothers.
Either like you guys are brothers or lovers or something.
Something like that. Yeah. Let's not go
Actually,
there.
the reason for the hat is my ball cap didn't cover up my messy hair that I have from the hairnet and helmet that I wear at work. So,
yeah. Well, at least you wear protection.
Yeah, always, absolutely.
Got to.
Yeah. I mean, my beard net had a hole in it last night, but that was about it. I mean,
Them stray hairs.
yeah.
Hey, well, anyway, Brandon, we were on the discussion here of talking about the fact that the DNR says our kill was up. What do you think of that?
I heard that, and I think it's bogus. I really do. I think what happened was they seen the numbers, because they had it where people could watch it up to like within a minute or two, or up to 15 minutes or something like that, where people could watch it online. And they were probably watching it and thinking, "Oh my God, this is going to be terrible," and they went in there and they sandbagged the numbers. I honestly think that's what.
Well,
they did.
I know they did. Well, we know our DNR. Mm-hmm. So,
No, it's like, You and I might drive by and see 5 deer standing out in the field. The DNR seeing 30.
or 50.
Yeah, exactly.
So, then the other thing is they're going to increase doe permits for next year.
They are out of their minds. I
Yeah,
think that's
well,
a bad idea.
there's still too many deer, so we're going to kill more does. As if we don't have enough already. We've already slipped from being the number one deer state. It's a great income for us. We've already lost hunter numbers. And
Yeah.
the reason that we're losing hunters, hello, DNR. The first letter in DNR, the D, has to mean dumb, because the reason that we're losing hunters is because we have no deer. They're not coming here anymore to spend money. They're going to other states where there are deer.
That's right. We just
You
don't
know.
have deer. You
Yeah.
try and tell us we do. We're out there. We see it. It's not there. They are not there.
Yeah.
And they see this as the DNR, they see this as income and revenue, whatever, coming into the state.
Absolutely not.
If they're already taking a hit,
Yeah.
why don't they back off the numbers, put an antler restriction on our bucks for a year or two?
Yeah.
And then when they do come back, when our numbers do bounce back, maybe it takes longer than a year or two. Maybe it takes 5. Maybe it takes 10. I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not the DNR. I don't know. It all depends on several things. It depends on the weather. It depends on the predation. It depends on a lot of
Maybe
stuff.
we should have the DNR run our welfare system.
Yeah, right. Jeez Almighty. But
There we
either
go.
way,
Get the politics in or government into more stuff. I mean, they have everything else screwed up.
if they could just get smart enough with that and let the numbers bounce back, when the numbers are back, don't be careless with it again.
Well, it's
We
The
don't
thing
need
is
this
that
whole, for $2 you can go back and you can buy another doe tag and all this. I mean,
Yeah, I mean, how many
There's-
people buy?
there's
a couple
income.
years ago.
There's income in the deer. Deer are income for the state. I don't care how you look at it. They need to go away. First of all, we're the only state that pays so much money for deer damage, and these farmers around here think that they see deer damage. They haven't seen nothing. Get your hind end in the car, go down south, and see some hog damage, and you'll see some damage.
yeah.
And so we don't have to worry about deer damage. The other thing we don't have to worry about is disease. And we're going to get into the disease thing here shortly, because there's a lot of hooey and garbage going on about that too. But this, they're out there, they're slaughtering our herd. It's killing a pastime. It's killing a heritage. It's killing something that has taken years and decades
It's
to build.
killing the economy.
And they're killing the economy.
Okay, well, look at this. How many years has it been? And I think you were talking about this already as I was standing outside the booth listening before I walked in. How many years has it been since you bought a rifle tag?
Well, I haven't hunted since 2009.
Yeah. I bought one this year. I hunted 2 days.
Yeah.
I hunted 2 days, and usually if I buy a rifle license, I'm taking off of work. I'm calling off all the plans with the family.
You
I'm in the
remember how
woods.
much gas we used to put in the vehicles, and and the food we used to buy, and all, because we go all out. And if it's not just us. If you go and look at how many licenses we used to sell, hello DNR again, and then how many we've lost. All those people used to come up here, buy stuff, stay at cabins, do all this stuff. They're not coming anymore. And this number is going to continue to drop because the herd's dropping.
Yeah.
So you are killing our up north businesses. You're killing our little taverns. Some of these taverns make more money during deer season than they make all the rest of the year, and that's what
Combined.
keeps them alive.
Yeah.
These
Yeah.
little hotels.
And this is factual. I mean, people are stopping rifle season hunting. Talked to a buddy this weekend again. They have had a group that's hunted together for I want to say 50 years. They're down to just about 7, I think, is what hunted this year. The actual group disbanded. The one guy told me flat out, I'm only doing this right now because if my dad still does it. Otherwise, I'm done deer hunting, rifle hunting. And I heard again from that other person earlier too. She's thinking about not doing it. This is 2 people that I talked to, maybe just coincidentally talked to about it. It wasn't something where it was a big conversation. I was out looking for it. It was just brought up to me. And that doesn't tell you how many other people are thinking the same thing. And these are lifelong hunters that are quitting it. They don't want to do it anymore because there's just no animals out there to do it. And they're talking about the money situation. All the money that goes on, it's the gas, it's the food, it's the hotels, it's the everything else that goes with it, the equipment.
And then,
That has
and then
a
you go there and
huge-
don't see anything.
Right. Yeah.
So-
They're just, why am I spending all this money? Look at the old statistics and data. That is out there on how much one hunter spent for rifle season per year.
And then come up here and look at our Gander Mountain, and you see that it's empty and there's nobody walking around in it, and you see all this stuff happening, and it's because people are losing interest in deer season, and it's because there's nothing out there running around anymore, and it's entirely the DNR's fault. It's mismanagement, misregulation. Back on what Scott just said, and Brandon, I'm going to tell you, last night you were working and stuff, but I had a conversation with Chad, the owner of Good Outdoor Technology, and the owner of Hunting is Good, Farming is Good, Angling is Good, Trucking is Good. Now they've got all the is good things.
They need a rednecking is good.
Rednecking is good. Well, you know what? If you mention it to him, he's got the lifestyle. Whatever the trade names, he's got them all trademarked. So anyhow, I was talking to him, and he said right now, a few years ago, he started doing hog hunting down in Georgia. Before he bought the GOT technologies from HR and Sam, he had bought this little hog hunting place, and he thought, I'm going to do 15, 20 hog hunts a year with some guys and whatever, and had this hog hunting operation.
Have fun.
He's starting hog hunting this next week, and he doesn't have a single day off until the end of February. Every single one of his guys that's coming there is from up here. They're from Wisconsin, Michigan, and Northern Illinois. He's got a group of 54 guys coming over a 9-day period. They're all one group that's coming out of Michigan. And another group that's part of their group that comes from Wisconsin. And the reason they're coming is because in these two states there's no deer left anymore because of the way that their states are being managed.
They want to go. They want to go hunt.
They want to hunt something, so they're driving all the way down. Last year, this group came down and they weighed their trailer in on the way in, and they had the freezers in it and everything. And on the way out, they shot. After they deboned it, they skinned and deboned all their pork. They shot 14,800 pounds of pork.
14,000.
Can you imagine that?
54 guys.
Yeah, well, that's what it's this year. That's this year. How many are coming?
This year there's 54 coming. Last year there wasn't quite that many. Yeah. But these guys are all loading up, and they're driving down to Georgia to go hog hunting for 9 days because there's nothing else up here to hunt. They're just sick. They're sick and tired of it, and so they're looking for other things to hunt. It's like, how many guys do we know that are going to South Dakota?
Yeah,
they're going
out west during rifle season because it's better.
There's nothing else to do.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm going to tell you something. This first Thanksgiving is actually the very first time that I've sat down on Thanksgiving Day and had Thanksgiving, I think, ever.
Yeah, usually we postpone it to like Saturday night or Sunday night.
Yeah. And I sat down and I did it. I actually went Black Thursday and Black Friday shopping with my wife.
There ain't no way you'll catch me doing that yet. I don't care what it is. I just won't go out in that crowd.
Dude,
that's just as crazy as hunting public land.
Dude, I did. I went Black Thursday and Black Friday shopping because there's nothing else to do. So I actually went shopping rather than hunting. So now how bad is it when a man has to go shopping?
You won't catch me doing it. I just won't do it anyway.
You say that now.
No, I will not do it. I hate going and dealing with the crowds and the people arguing and fighting.
When we come back after this break, we're going to talk a little bit about setting up some southern hog hunts. We're going to take some groups from up here and head to the south and take some guys hog hunting. So we'll be right back with some more Big E Outdoor Radio. This segment of Big E Outdoors is brought to you by Snap Fitness of Wausau. It's time to get in shape, and Snap Fitness is the right place to do it. With 2 locations in Weston and Wausau, you're never far from a Snap Fitness. Open 24/7 for members with clean and well-maintained equipment. Check out their new location across from Fleet Farm on Wausau's north side with all new machines and equipment. Sign up for some classes or training. Pick up the supplements you need and take advantage of the monthly deals and sign-up specials they have going on now. The staff at Snap Fitness is waiting for you to assist you in any way they can. So head on down to Snap Fitness today and get signed up. And we're back with some more Big E Outdoor Radio, and we got a full house in here. I mean, last segment you didn't hear from Zach, but he's actually here. We're going to actually have him say hi. Say hi, Zach.
Hey, guys.
Okay, see, he is here. We're not lying. Scott and Brandon and I and Zach are here, and, we can't seem to get off this topic about the deer and stuff, and we were talking about the hog hunt in the South. Want to make sure we let everybody know, because we get guys coming in. This museum is going to be open very soon. We've got a lot of animals coming in here. Some great collections. You guys are going to see things from all over the world and very educational.
It's going to be wicked awesome.
It's going to be wicked cool.
Wicked awesome, wicked cool. Which is it? Make up your minds.
It's going to be just wicked.
Okay.
Wicked whatever you want.
It's going to be wicked awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, when we get people coming in here and they're talking about what to go hunting,
It's going to be wicked Big E.
there's nothing as inexpensive as hunting hogs. Period.
They're a nuisance animal. They got to get rid of them.
in some places, there's you can go hunting the big Russians and things like that, and if you want to hunt the trophy boars and stuff, you can go to places where they leave the boars or they
Right.
bar them and things like
Right.
that. Now, those are going to cost you a little bit more money, but if you're looking for hog hunting, you'll go hunting, and overall you're going to come back with better meat than the venison anyway, and more of it. So we're going to put together some hunts going to the South, some weeks. If you guys want to get in on it, just come on down here. It's not going to be that expensive. We'll carpool down there. We'll take some buses, whatever we got to do. We're going to run some guys down, and we'll head to the South. We'll go down to Georgia to Gum Log Plantation and kill some hogs. And then we'll bring the meat back and have Country Fresh Meats cut it up for them or whatever they want to do. And
Speaking of meats,
yeah,
guess what I'm doing today?
What?
Before I do pass out on you guys,
Yeah,
whether I make it a whole show or not,
yeah.
I'm going to buy me a new dehydrator.
Dehydrator.
Oh, yeah.
You're going to make some jerky?
Oh, yeah. I'm
Yeah, we got the jerky sauce out here.
Oh, I know. Yeah, I'm going to be making some.
So now that we've kind of talked about a lot of that, I've got this other article here. This guy came up. It's from Deer and Deer Hunting, and the guy comes on here, and he was, and this was before the DNR came out, and this might be why the DNR said that the hunt was up, because these guys were on here blasting the fact about the history of Wisconsin, and it says right on here, what they're blasting here is the way we're registering deer now. This whole stupid idea.
I think it's ridiculous.
Yeah. What do you think?
Yeah, I agree.
We don't have any Amish people in here that we can ask, but I don't know how they did on registering deer on their cell phones.
Good question.
Yeah.
They rely a lot on them little bars, like you were saying earlier.
Mm-hmm.
That's what them Amish do, is they rely on them bars.
That's what most people do.
Yeah.
They want to have a place where they can take their animal in to register it,
Exactly.
and there's another chance for somebody to spend some money. Now you do it online. You don't go to the store. You don't go to the gas station, to the bar to have lunch or whatever it is. It's lost money.
That's right.
It's
Lack of revenue again. And the DNR is good at removing revenue for people.
it's good at it's good money for the places where the people go. They congregate. They share hunting stories. They'll stand around. They might have a beer. They can have some pizza. They have some burgers. They do whatever.
Yeah.
I heard.
We used to buy our Girl Scout cookies during deer season.
That's right. Yeah, because we'd run in. Yeah, exactly.
Because they would set up at a registration station.
Well, it's smart.
Yeah.
This is an actual story. I heard this from a guy. I talked to him during deer season, and he said that he knew a group of people that he hunted with, and he had talked to them, and they had relatives up from Arizona, out-of-staters, that were hunting. The people from Arizona didn't see any deer opening weekend, so they got ticked off and they went home. But they left their tags behind. The Tuesday after opening weekend, these guys shot some deer. They registered them on the people from Arizona.
Illegal.
But they can do it now and get away with it because nobody has to be there.
But the DNR doesn't care about this, to be honest with you. They don't care. They just want us slaughtering the herd. That's what this all comes down to. They just want the herd eliminated.
They
But
do.
the other thing is, though, is all right.
They do
You
manage-
don't have to tag the deer really, or you do, but whatever. All right, Brandon, you shoot a deer, you register it, boom, it's done. This afternoon, you guys go out, you shoot a deer. Zach kills one. You come home. Hey, you got all the stuff there. You guys have already cut up yours. Might as well cut Zach's up right away because you've already registered yours, so who's going to know?
Yeah.
I mean, you're opening the door up for a lot more ridiculous stuff to happen. And what's happening here is you're going to lose track. They're never going to, if they had any idea at all, as it was, you're going to lose track of any kind of herd management at all, just like all the rest of the states in the U.S., whether you go to the Carolinas, Florida, Georgia, they have no idea what they got.
You know, and the thing is, what you just brought up there about opening up the door for the wrongdoings and the, you know, you can't tag an animal like that. You know, party hunting, the people have to be present with their tags. I'm not going to say any names or anything like that, but somebody that we know at work
Yeah.
got in trouble for that already this year. And his wife was, or his girlfriend or whoever it was only down the road at Walmart.
Really?
And he used her tag, and he got in trouble. They took his deer, they took his guns.
That was just a fluke thing, though, guaranteed, because the DNR happened to be there, or else they were actually looking at them or something like that, because the DNR doesn't care how many animals we killed. They want them gone.
That's just pointing out, you know, there's people that are getting a little bit more gutsy with doing stuff like that because they don't have to physically take it into a place where people are going to lay eyes on it and
Right.
cut a little corner off that tag that says, hey, this tag's already been used, you can't use it again.
Right.
This guy that wrote this thing in Deer and Deer Hunter says, those who don't know history are doomed to repeat it. And he said it's one of the greatest quotes ever, but it wasn't meant for deer management, but it is now. And he's talking about, you know, the fact that they're dumping the in-person deer registration. And, you know, that he actually talks in here about how the in-person check stations, you know, were the reason for people to come in there and talk about all the different bucks that they'd shot, exchange what they'd seen. It's a way for the DNR to track the herds. It's the best way for them to get random samples for deer ages, spot checks for, you know, for disease, things like that. You know, they're actually going backwards on it.
Yeah.
And now they have eliminated 500 plus jobs from the department, which, to be honest with you, there were too many of those guys sitting on their hind ends anyway. And I'm not talking about the guys that are out there in the trucks.
No.
I'm talking about all the people down in Madison. And that's where the problem is. The problem is back in Madison. Or in all these DNR stations where they're out there. I keep saying, it's not that we don't need game wardens, but the game warden should be an officer of the county. If the county's big and the county sheriff's department thinks they need 2 game wardens, they should have 2. If the state wants to fund that and have the state game warden, that's fine, but the state should allow it through the counties, and that game warden should work through the county. They don't need to have 50 or 100 people that are running the whole thing down in Madison. Mm-hmm. So cut out all the fat, and then allow the counties to manage their herd.
No different than police departments.
Yeah.
You know, what do you have with the state patrol? They just run all over and do whatever they want. And but what are they actually out there doing? They're out there on the highways. They're not dealing with the issues of crime and stuff like that.
Right.
They'll call them in afterwards just because they call them in and give them something to do, I think. I don't know.
But see, now if they did it that way, then the county itself would be the one that would be in control of its own income.
It's herd, too.
And the county would say, like a county like Marathon, would be like, we're not shooting does.
Right. They aren't there. There isn't a herd.
Because we need to build our herd up so that we can get the income. For deer season's important to us. So, okay, you guys want to cry down by Milwaukee. The people down by Milwaukee, that's fine. If your sheriff's department down there wants to wipe out the herd, then wipe it out. You know, but each county would be in control of their own thing, and I don't understand why the game warden is not a officer of the county. That's where he needs to be. He needs to be controlled by the sheriff, or work for the county.
Mm-hmm. You know, I think that's a good idea because you get the game warden out there. The game warden can be out looking at that herd every single day. That's his job. His job is to go out in the woods and look around and get the information that they need. You can't do that in Madison.
No.
You can't. I mean, you can fly your plane over, but what are you going to really count?
Yeah.
I mean, you can say you're counting deer, but you might see a cow.
The wardens are out there. The wardens are out there doing that now. But I think what we need to get back to is the point you made. It's the people in Madison that are sitting at desks in an office and doing all that. That's the fat that needs to be cut.
Yeah. They don't know if they're hitting the plus button or the times button.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I think it's a lot of times.
Yeah. And I just think that that's the problem. And, when you start putting it in the county's hands, the game warden then would have also more backup, too. I mean, he's got the sheriff's department behind him. He's got more help with everything. So, I don't know.
That would keep a lot more people on the up and up with this thing, too, though.
Yeah.
I mean, if you had the sheriff's department there, even if they do keep this call-in registration,
Yep.
there.
Yep. Well, we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back and talk a little bit more about our illustrious deer season here on some Biggie Outdoor Radio. Hey, welcome back to some more Biggie Outdoor Radio. We're wrapping up our first hour, and we can't seem to get off the topic of our great deer season and how our history has come to an end. If you guys are getting hot, go ahead and open up the door. There's nobody in here. But it's a darn shame, I think.
It's a tradition that the state's losing. If it hasn't lost already completely.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be hard to get it back, I think. I don't know if they ever will. But, now I was talking a little bit about the disease thing. Did you see this article about this brain abscess issue? It talks about the Alabama Division of Wildlife figured this out. And nearly 90% of documented cases of brain abscesses have been found in bucks and in mature bucks. And what they have figured out is that it's a high percentage of all the deer that they see that are acting funny, because this brain abscess causes them to act like zombies. They're calling them the zombie deer. It makes them get skinny, and it makes them act like they're in a daze, and they actually will walk right up to you and all that. So what does that sound like?
Zombies.
Sounds like CWD.
Exactly. I was just going to say, look back, and maybe I'm jumping ahead here. I'm not trying to, but what happened out west? They've had CWD for years, and what the hunters always tell you out there, the guides out there, anybody that really knew the area, well, we eliminate those.
Yeah.
We know there's something wrong with them. You just kill them off.
They said that these brain abscesses account for over half the cases of natural mortality in 4.5-year-old and older bucks. Now, they've been doing this study for a long time to figure it out, because they figured out it's not CWD. There's something else going on in the brain of the buck, and it's this brain abscess. And it comes from, they're showing it right here. So this is going to cause an infectious type thing in the brain. So it's going to cause your prion and your brain sample to come up goofy when they test it. A lot of times, being that we come from the deer industry where we work with the high fences and all that kind of stuff, a lot of times those tests that come back and they want to tell you that you're positive for CWD, it's a positive negative. It's positive that there's something going on, but negative to know for sure that it was CWD.
Yeah, exactly.
And then they're calling that CWD, and it's not. It's stuff like this going on. And they're saying that it could be something that comes from the sparring or fighting injuries. It causes damage to the pedicle, and it allows bacteria to enter the brain. And the infection leads to abnormal brain activity, loss of appetite, blindness, and fearlessness of humans. Hello, that's exactly what CWD sounds like.
Exactly.
You can get a stinking pocket of pus and all that kind of stuff, but they're finding it all over the United States. And it's they're finding that same what do you want to call it? That same prion in the brain when they're doing it. So when they're doing the test, so I mean, this brain abscess sometimes will go away in them, but about half the time it's deadly. But it's an injury that they're coming, and it's a natural thing. It's not CWD. So how many times has some deer farmer been shut down and his entire
Wiped out.
livelihood
livelihood and his income and everything.
killed because it was probably some natural injury or some natural brain abscess, and now we finally got some biologists that are using their brains. Unfortunately, they're way down in Alabama, and they're figuring this stuff out. I mean, it's stuff that they've said all along. I mean, the Canadians have been barking that, but yet we get all these guys around here, and what happens is they see a sick deer, they grab it, they test the brain, they find something abnormal in it, bam, it's CWD.
Exactly.
So, I mean, they've totally ruined the Wisconsin deer hunting, and it started with this, and they don't even know what the heck they're looking at.
Well, and it's just not here either. I mean, I was just reading a story this morning. I was just trying to find it. I couldn't. About how Michigan's doing this. Pennsylvania. There's all kinds of states out there that are using sharpshooters to eliminate the problems.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. But let's find the real problem and you're just throwing stuff at it and make up what you want to make.
I mean, the thing is the oldest state that's been dealing with this. The
Colorado.
oldest state is Colorado. They gave up on it.
Yeah.
I mean, they monitor it, but they don't even dick around with it anymore.
They don't worry about it.
But yet you got states like Texas killing off thousands of animals just to test for it. You got Wisconsin doing this. You got all these states wasting money.
Wasting deer.
You know, I don't think do half the people out there listening realize that when you make every time these high fence places that are out there making a living doing it, when they do a test, the DNR or our tax dollars goes back to paying these guys almost $100 to pay for that test. Now the farm has to pay for some of it too, but it costs us taxpayers $100 every single time we make them guys test a deer. So what in the heck are we doing? We can't do anything about it anyway. The deer's in a fence. So what if it's got CWD? You know, it
Well, they
doesn't.
say we're not supposed to eat it. But
So
there's
what?
no documented case on record anywhere in this country that says CWD has had any effect on a human ever.
Yeah, exactly.
You can't tell me that many, many, many people have not eaten a deer with CWD as they consider it CWD.
Well, yeah, because if they just found it now, I mean, we've been eating deer all along, and how many times has somebody eaten a deer that probably had CWD?
And most of the animals that are tested are bucks.
I know some people that I would say that might have had CWD.
Yeah, I could bring up a few too.
Yeah. If you just look at the way they act.
Yeah, or the hats they wear.
Yeah. Some
Go
guy
ahead,
with
Brandon.
with an orange chicken hat on.
Why you gotta make fun of me all the time?
Well, it's what you're wearing. It's kind of easy. You leave yourself open for this stuff.
Yeah.
Jeez, oh my.
But yeah,
I can't work in this environment. I'm going home. Yeah. I'm gone. I'm out.
Well, anyway, like I said, so now they're finding out that it could be other things. So here you go. We got CWD. Now all of a sudden, guys are finding the brain abscess in it. And they're saying that these deer act like zombies, and they're skinny, and they're walking around, they're not afraid of humans, and it's all the same signs and symptoms of the stuff that they're calling CWD. And before they seen these deer, and they're like, oh, that one's got CWD. Look at how he's acting.
Yeah. Well, I just had my cousin posted an article on Facebook earlier in the week, and it was two children walking out, and this it was a very young deer walked up to him and it let him pet him. Okay, if that's a wild deer and it did that, there's something wrong with the deer. Plain and simple. They have pictures of.
Could have been one of Santa's deer.
Well, either that or it could have been in a ranch too, or and it could have been used to humans. But
Or, there's always the possibility that the mom died, and as a young deer, somebody had it and then let it go.
that's not a
could
possibility.
be.
But a wild deer does not come up to humans.
Usually not.
No, usually not.
They could have been standing really still.
Yeah.
Any theories from you?
No. I'm no.
You're out? You
Yeah.
don't have nothing? It would be kind of cool to have wild deer that just came up to you all the time.
Yeah.
Maybe they were wearing the right scent.
That's what it is. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
They might have been wearing shat. synthetic hormone animal attractant in a tube. What do you think of
Expound
that?
on this?
Huh?
You want to expound on this?
Yeah, it's a new animal attractant.
Hang on.
Shat. So you can shat in the woods.
No, it's not that. I mean, I know what that. I mean, I get that.
Yeah.
But the big word that just got thrown around the room here.
What?
Is that too big for
Expound?
you?
I just let that go right over my head. Expound. I'm like, oh, whatever.
All right, we need to just make this very clear.
Yeah, we don't use
Yeah.
words like that here.
Dumb it down a little bit,
Yeah.
please. And
If you,
Okay, I'll come down to your level,
if
I'm
this
sorry.
word appears in the bottom part of a thesaurus, we don't use it. We only use the words that
So
are
there you are, bringing up with
What's a thesaurus?
and it's not a dinosaur.
what the heck kind of a creature is that? Oh man!
Oh,
Yeah.
Lord. So anyway, did anybody in his room get a deer lately?
I watched my buddy jump over a log and stab one.
Yes, we
seriously.
did.
Yep.
Well, that was a good time.
That's kind of disturbing.
It
What do
was-
you do? Hit it after with a truck or something?
No, he was doing a deer drive, and he was almost to the end of the woods there, where I could see him coming out, and I had already slung my rifle on my shoulder, never seen anything there. Then all of a sudden, I see him stop, and he starts looking around, and then he jumps over this deadfall, jumps over this log with his knife, and he comes out dragging this doe.
You know, there's a good way to save bullets anyhow.
Yeah. So he one shot, 2 kills.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. Got himself his first buck that morning, and then he finished it off like that. He was tagged out opening day.
Wow. Fabulous. So he had a good opening deer season. That's good. At least somebody did.
Yeah.
We'll eat them both.
Let's take a quick break, Brandon. We'll come back with an all-new hour, and we'll try to come up with something new to talk about here at Big E Outdoor Radio.